Right, it's Monday morning, just gone 8:45. That means we can have our weekly catch-up with Spanish football expert and La Liga TV presenter Semra Hunter. Semra, we got bonus Semra last week, didn't we? Because we had you twice last week.
But made an appearance on early kick-off as well.
Exactly, and actually just after that appearance on early kick-off, Real Madrid did go through in that incredible game against Manchester City, but they were beaten at the weekend by their rivals Atletico Madrid. Was it kind of a bit flat after just what was so amazing against Man City?
I think the party just kind of continued to some degree, to be honest. Carlo Ancelotti, he decided to rotate. He rotated massively. 7 or 8 players who are normally started. They actually started on the bench. Instead, he decided to give some minutes to those who don't really get to feature very often. Courtois is a prime example. He's played every single minute of every single game this season. Well, this one he had to watch from the bench. On top of that, Carlo Ancelotti spoke after the game about why he decided to do so. He said the most important thing about this game was the mental and physical recovery for those who featured against City, because it took a huge toll on them to push through, to go to extra time, and to then actually reach the final. On top of that, he doesn't want to take risks with injuries. He needs to keep everybody sharp, everybody fit. He did bring some of those starters into the fold later on in the game because they were very poor, as you say, very flat, sluggish. I mean, obviously, a lot of players don't really feature very regularly, so they're not quite used to playing with one another. And also, they didn't want it as much as Atletico Madrid did. They needed it because they need to finish in the top 4. So they got the reward. It was deserved in the end. Real Madrid, they improved in the second half. They could have equalised, but it was a fair result. And Real Madrid, they just had their priorities, and their objectives are elsewhere at this point in time. Their focus, we could say.
Semra, what's the feeling in Madrid ahead of the final against Liverpool? Because we saw the T-shirts that the players were wearing. I mean, I didn't do Spanish any further than primary school, but go for 14, I think is what the translation was on the T-shirts.
Well done, Bella. I would say that's pretty good.
Thank you. A bit of translate search engine.
I did A-level. I knew that one. I did A-level.
But Semra, are the fans as confident as that?
You can imagine that they are. I think their confidence is sky high. If they weren't confident before City, I think now they feel that they can take on the world. They can take on anybody, even if it is Liverpool, this almighty Liverpool that is so complete, so difficult to break down, and quite possibly the best team on the planet right now, at least in Europe. So I think they are feeling like, you know what, you can't take Real Madrid for dead ever. They just seem to always resurrect themselves, especially when they're in an underdog position. It seems to be a theme for them this season. And something really interesting is at least 26 goals Real Madrid have scored in La Liga after the last 15 minutes of the game, out of the 73 or 74 they've scored in total. So 35% of their goals have come in the last 15 minutes of a game. So you have to be ready for it. You have to know at some stage they will find a goal out of nothing. That is their specialty this season, their calling card. So I think the fans are feeling very, very confident indeed. And they're feeling like, you know what, it's a one-off, it's a final. We've been here before. We've won so many times. And, you know, you never know. I think it'll be a little bit difficult, this one, I have to be honest with you. I was confident against City and everyone else, but Liverpool, I think they probably are favourites going into this one.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, dos huevas y fritas, por favor. Right, Semra, we haven't got very long here.
Tell us what that means, Tom.
You've probably only got about 20 seconds for this, but how would you say Xavi's first 6 months at Barcelona? They're in the Champions League.
I would say it's very positive overall. When he took over, you have to remember they were 9th in the table. The top 4 was not even really in the discussion, let alone 2nd in the table. They've secured it for now, Champions League football. That's brilliant for them. He can now focus on next season, figuring out what his squad needs, what he needs to change. A proper pre-season will be massive for them as well. So I would say overall, it's been very, very positive for Xavi, and they're on the right path, definitely.
Gracias, Semrita.